Hey guys, it's Kristine. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about budgeting in my bullet journal. Today I'm going to be doing my budget check-in. It's Friday, it's the end of the week, TGIF. I'm going to be going over my expense tracker and seeing how I'm doing so far in my variable expense budget. If you've seen my last few videos, you've heard me talk about how my budget is a little bit tighter this time, mostly because I have pretty much spent my buffers. So working with a little less money than I'm used to, and that's okay because I am trying to spend less so I could save more. If that sounds like something you're interested in seeing, keep watching. All right, so this is my budget for April 6th. As you could see, I've already gone through April 6th to the 10th. That was our first check-in. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here somewhere. And today we're going to go over April 11th to the 15th. Now, the reason why the first check-in was from a Wednesday to a Sunday, and this check-in is a Monday to a Friday, that's so that I can keep track of how much I spent during this work week before I go into the weekend and have to do my groceries and whatnot. Most of my spending happens in the first 4 days after my paycheck. So like that weekend after my paycheck, that's where I spend the most money. So that's why this works for me. So far anyway, it's been working for me. I tried doing a weekly check-in and that was not as helpful for me, and I was always wondering where I was at. So anyhow, we'll just get into this. So my first one on April 11th was for some ramen at $11.86. And then also on the 11th, I went to Winco and I got some potatoes, milk, sour cream, and cheese. On the 12th, I noticed the parking fee up here that I thought was $7 was actually $7.39, so $7.39. So I just did an adjustment so I wouldn't get thrown off with the totals. And then on the 14th, I spent $18.60 on some teriyaki chicken and chow mein. I had lunch with my son. And on the 14th, I also gave him $20. And that's it. Short and sweet. All right, so this is my secondary tracker where I am tracking my weekly spending. Or in this case, just from the 11th through the 15th. I am migrating these numbers down. Okay, so I wanted to point out that in the first check-in, you'll notice that in the first 4 or 5 days, I spent $282.76, and I had a starting budget of $610 in all my categories. So one of my goals for this budget and moving forward is to not go over in any of my categories. Hold on. All right, so if we start with gas and car, I didn't spend anything from that category. Let's see. The gas prices did go down. They've been running about $5.09 where I normally go to get gas. They're now I think $4.89. But I still didn't want to get in line just to get what would amount to be like 3 gallons of gas, you know. So I think I'm just going to roll over this $15.54 to the next budget. But we'll see. I still have a lot of gas, so I think I'll be okay. So $15.54 for next week. Well, just for this weekend and half of next week. And then groceries, I spent $9.98. And let me get my handy dandy calculator. that in frame? So for groceries at $34.72 and minus $9.98, which leaves me with $24.74. And then for household, I did not spend anything. So that leaves me with $30.46. Eating out, I did spend $11.86 plus $18.60, which is $30.46. And we're going to take that from 100. And that leaves me with $69.54. And then for copays and meds, I spent nothing this week. $68.86. I do think I'm gonna get some probiotics tomorrow at Costco, my favorite place. And then $20. So that's $14.56. I decided to take that out of my allowance because I didn't want to put in uncategorized because I don't really have a buffer. I'm not working with the buffer anymore. I've gone and spent it all. So yes, 39 cents for that adjustment. Go 42.61 and hooray, 0 for uncategorized. So I am gonna do this really quick. And then so this should be $327.24 because I'm carrying it from over there. And then means I spent $60.83 this week, which is great. That's $266.41. And then I'm going to compare this number to what I have in my my T-Mobile checking account, the one that I use for variable expenses. I'm going to make sure that that money is in there. Again, I didn't used to have to worry because I had a lot of money in there. Like I had a big buffer, but that buffer is, like I keep saying, it's no longer there. So I have to make sure that I am within the balance of my checking account. That way I don't go over. So anyway, that's it for this video. Tomorrow I plan to go to Costco. I don't really have a lot of money left for groceries, so I'm probably just gonna buy like eggs and maybe fruit. Or I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.